why don't we just kill the Archduke Franz Ferdinand? And he's like, sounds like a good plan. And that's how I started World War I. So, unfortunately, my game is preparing planet generation system. So, that button. No, that button. Yeah, there we go. Back in Elite Dangerous here, and oh man, there's some drama going on. On one of my Discords, and it's tasty, salty fun. So this evening, what I did is I raised my monitor up higher, so it's actually like it's higher up. I have a little more desk space. I can push some of, like, I have my rail driver like under my monitor, and then the knobs on my rail driver aren't sticking up like this at the very bottom of my screen. But now I have to keep adjusting my I have to adjust my webcam just to be more accordant. But new webcam is going to be here soon. As soon as I get my tax return, I'm gonna just go to Fry's and buy like a bunch of shit. But yeah, I need to go up here to this, go down here to you. While this is loading, there's a patch apparently sometime between today and yesterday. Oh, is it nighttime now? This planet is nighttime. It is dark. Oh, this looks so much better now the way I went. Like I used to have to sit like this, and now I can sit back. The screen is up higher. It just feels better. We were at the Oculeus Columns. We're going to start working our way towards Phosphoron? I'm bringing up EDSM on it. Oh, so we're actually, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're not actually going to go to that system. We're going to go to this system here, which is next to the point of interest that they have on our route. Because, oh, did they change something? The galaxy map actually looks a little different. Or maybe it's just me. Well, that's where we got to go. Okay, is search not working? What? No, I wanted to backspace. Why is it not? Why is galaxy searching not working? Okay, there's that star system. Back to search function. Oh, great. I gotta go to Discord. God, there's so much drama. Like, so much drama. I should just stream this chat instead of my game. No, I didn't want to go to that. I want to go to FleetCom. Actually, just Reddit. Reddit might have the solution. I don't know why I can't use my search functionality is not working. So we're just gonna put Reddit up right here in everyone's face. Let's see. Oh, top 100%. Top 10. Your contribution 14. He needed one more ton to get to the top 10%. Oh, that poor bastard. There's a Distant Worlds 2 station, but... You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. 26 million credits for one system. That's fucking amazing. Just go to Google, I guess. Elite Dangerous Galaxy Map search not working. I just want to see. Submit a ticket after no response posted on the forums. But you have tried clicking on the far left side of the search bar, and let's use it. I'll try that. It seems the servers are down right now. It's still not working outside an issue. Well, this is also an older post from Steam. That's not giving me the information I need either. And actually, I just can close all that out. Yeah, I'm currently stuck. I can't bring up and use my galaxy map. Like, I should be able to just hit enter and it searches. So that's where we're at. Okay, that's why. I bet you, okay, maybe it is working and I'm just an idiot. Yeah, there we go. I forgot a whole big chunk of the system name, and that's why it wasn't working. So this is actually where they want us to go, but we're going to go, this is an alternative. Actually, I'm going to go here. So a slightly different star. Be able to still see this, because we want to be able to see this planetary nebula. It's 1,482.58 light years away. 14 jumps. The ship is, we've got a pretty good ship going here. I also changed some settings like on my monitor itself, so I'm getting a little bit better picture quality, I believe. At least I am. It's not going to really affect the output. Not output too much, but you know. And you know, we really didn't do any planetary exploration here, but surface exploration, but that's okay. We'll have plenty more time to do that other places. Gear up. And pitch up. Here we go. Align with our escape vector. Seriously though, like the amount of the amount of drama being stirred up on there is just, it's just ugh. I horribly the problem I have with my keyboard in this new position is I don't know where half of my keys are. Like, it's all muscle memory that isn't working. So, yeah, I was a little distracted with that. Typing something on I remember quite a few different varieties of Discord, and there was one that was like, they're having a conversation and I have information pertinent to that conversation, and I felt the need to share it, because that's what I do. I also got a snappy chat message. I also have half a bowl of food left. What happens when you get home at like, a half hour before you're going to start streaming? Oh man, there's a lot of FPS. Oh man, the FPS is tanking. It's actually not FPS, it's a lot of the high ping. Oh, I saw that exclusion zone coming up fast. I like how now we're getting closer and closer to the galactic core, where the star densities increase drastically. And as a result, there's more and more starlight in your sky. And it's like, all those stars are illuminating my ship. Like, half of the light inside the cockpit right now is from the neutron star that we just, we're flying through its jet cone. But a lot of it is also just from all of these stars around us. But I am going to bring up our FSS scanners because I want to. Well, not FSS scanner. I just want to check. I always like to check. Nobody's. Well, people probably have scanned this. It just is a matter of they haven't turned the data in yet. But nonetheless, I mean, there's also a good likelihood that people haven't. So we'll just scan this. I will scan everything here just because we can. And that's everything there. We've got quite a lot left. Yep, there we go. There's the gas giant. And it's probably just going to have a bunch of stuff orbiting it. Problem is now that my webcam is up higher, even though I'm sitting in more straight upright neutral positions because it's more comfortable, but I am basically filming from a higher angle. I would move it, but I actually super glued it to the top. Well, I didn't super glue it, but I did. It is glued in place on top of my monitor. So it's like, monitor's not wide enough to hold the base of this thing, and it doesn't have, it's one of those ones that's just supposed to sit. It doesn't have like a clamp or anything. So I put a touch of glue on the bottom of it, then held it in place with some tape for the glue while the glue's set. And I've still got something over here. I've got 3 somethings right here. One there, and one there. Here we are, 244 light years to our next jump. It is another neutron star. We actually run into some fuel stars soon. Like, I don't like doing multiple neutron star jumps because, you know. We're scanning, we're coming the 244 light year jump. Gonna have to boost. Ah, perfect. Didn't kick us around too much. And we have our system map. None of them doesn't look like it's been scanned. Oh, cool, I can scoop fuel from here. one of the problems I was having is my throttle slider, like my throttle lever, kept actually sliding across my desk. And I was like, I need to figure out a way to secure it to my desk. I can't glue it because I want to be able to move it. And I thought, well, first thought was I could use a little bit of like white tacky glue, put it on there, it'd be fine. I was like, no, I need to be able to move it. I don't want it to be like permanently stuck there. And I thought, well, I'll clamp it. Well, and I'm like, well, I don't have any clamps that are going to be able to hold it because, you know, my C clamps are just too big and beefy. And then I got a brilliant idea. I have a couple really thin, but kind of powerful magnets that I just glued one to the bottom, or glued them to the bottom. And since the drawer's metal, it just kind of goes thunk, and it sits there. It doesn't move. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. On my stick, I would do the same thing, but I'm afraid if I put magnets on the bottom of it, because it's a Hall effect sensor in the base of the throttle stick, it would actually screw it up. So my only real option here is like to just kind of make sure that its little rubber foot pads are clear of dust and that the drawer itself is clear of dust so they get the best traction. Although it does actually have holes in the bottom of it for drilling a hole and like putting a nut and bolt in there. And so what I'm thinking of doing in a couple of weeks is going and getting a new desk, because the one I have now is just, it's not working for me, it's too small. But if I went and got a new desk, what I would do is I would just drill some holes in it at a comfortable, like I would put these on there, get them in a comfortable spot, drill the holes, and just put a nut and bolt through there to hold this thing, to hold them in place. Like my joystick and my flight stick permanently in place on like a much larger desk. And then when I'm not using them, I can just, you know, undo the bolt and move them out of the way and put like my mouse and keyboard over top of the hole. And we got some bodies here to scan. As always, I do pay attention to both YouTube and Twitch chats. So if you want to talk space stuff, talk gaming in general, you know. Everything's orbiting that star over there. Alright, 60.09 light years. We've got a full tank of fuel. Sky is looking bright. We've got what? 11 more jumps to go. There's a LARP event tonight, and I was like, I kind of want to go, but at the same time, I was like, it's, the weather's nasty out. I don't want to go out. I don't want to risk driving home in inclement weather here when, you know, it's not that I don't know how to. It's not that I'm afraid of driving in bad weather. It's the fact that I know people here in this city and state don't know how to drive when the roads are even, like, if someone spills a cup of coffee on the road's shut down because they don't know how to drive on that, across that. I'm like, oh shit, it's a cup of coffee. I'm gonna wait until our fuel scoop is done and then we'll scan everything. I'm trying to keep my distance from the stars for scooping. It's gonna take a little bit longer to scoop. We keep our distance, but less likely that we get too close, we start cooking the ship and start damaging it, which will in the long run preserve the life of the ship. The ship is largely self-sufficient. I do have the AFMU, so if anything does break, I have that. I can repair everything. See, everything but our frameshift drive. is doing pretty good. So we'll find a station, we'll get repaired. Well, there's going to be a station at the Galactic Core, which next waypoint will be taking us there. And there'll be some community goals and stuff around that. And oh, there they are. They came up and then they went away. The space station is apparently there, but it has very limited resource, or very limited functionality right now. But that, like I said, that's waypoint. It's waypoint 7, and we're at what, waypoint 6 right now. Not a gas giant. Asteroid cluster. Something right there. That's a gas giant. Oh, and there we go. And there it is. And it's got some stuff orbiting it like they almost always do, which is awesome. Just makes it so much easier to find everything in the system when it's just orbiting a gas giant. Thank you, gas giants, for existing. And there we go. Here, got one here. I think that's everything right there. Yeah. The gas giant right there with a bunch of stuff orbiting it. It's gonna do it for the gas giants in the system. Alright, where's our next jump point? Right there. It's a yellow-orange star, so we can definitely scoop fuel. KGB. Foam? Yeah. FOAM. What? I'm just checking a couple things real quick and scrolling through stuff. And yeah, we're gonna pull away from the star now. Same routine with every bit of exploration. Yeah, 9 jumps. It wasn't that many. So what? 16? I kind of want to see, you know, if I would like to see like the FSS be sped up a little bit by just getting rid of the fine tuning. Like the fine tuning actually bugs me. Like having to sit there and go back and forth with on a button or something just to move that scanner a little bit in one direction, so you can look at something. Just let me go boom, 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 boom. Or maybe like maybe make it a high-level engineering thing to upgrade that scanner. Alright, we got 5 more. The good news is it ain't behind the star. I thought I got far enough away from the star. I must not have. It's good news. Doesn't look like there's anything behind the star. And here we go. And 16 bodies. Let's scoop our fuel. I'm just gonna.
Scoping complete.
Alright, let's make sure we pull far away from the star this time. Notification on Twitter. Alright, that should be far enough. Alright, enough checking social media. You know what? We're just gonna keep going. We'll just scoop and scan. We're not gonna. We've got a long way to go, and I want to get to the. I want to get to the end of the waypoint tonight because I won't be able to stream again until Sunday after the next waypoint's been announced, and I want to make sure we get there in time. So what I'm actually going to do is after we get here, we're going to skip the Pink Flame Nebula and the Cloverfield Planetary Nebula and go straight towards the Dryu Awesomeness. And we'll scan everything en route there, which will probably mean we'll probably get a lot more than what we would going the route that's already been published, because it's around 32 light years. So yeah, we're currently on route here. We're following this leg. Why does my mouse want to do that? Why does my mouse want to do weird things? Oh, I see why. Because I'm actually moving my mouse. If I put it here, I actually have my wrist twisted. So yeah, we're going along this route here. Instead of going along here and here, we're going here and here. We're just going to go straight across like this, which means we'll miss out on these things, which are probably pretty cool things to see, but I feel like we'll see a lot more cool things on the rest of this expedition, so it'll make up for it. I'll be right back. Ugh. We're getting too close. I feel like something's skewed sideways and I can't tell what it is yet. Also, I have no idea. There we go. That's a little better. There we go. Yeah, that should be about. Video capture device, 0 decibels. I have everything else kind of. I want those monitors to make sure that my voice monitors to make sure like not picking anything weird. But if I have my game volume up like to a certain level, my mic starts picking it up, even though
Frameshift drive charging.
the mic can't hear them. I hear the speakers. I think there's maybe a little bit of interference in there somewhere. And at a certain volume level, like the little controller box, the interference is in there. So, might also be time for a new headset.
Frameshift drive operating.
There we go.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two, engage. Fuel scoping.
Roll and scoop.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Now we're just jump, 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 jump. Not really worrying too much about scanning systems at the moment, because we're just following everyone else at this point. So to scan a system would, it's not a bad idea, but I'm trying to just quickly get to the final waypoint tonight. We're just gonna scoop. We're gonna run the scanner. Yeah. And this is probably worth a good chunk of money, but we're gonna be finding a lot more different legs of this journey, so I'm not really worried about it.
Complete.
Although I am It is kind of going against the spirit of exploration to not scan everything. I lost the jump point because I was staring at the star and burning my retinas. There we go. Another F-class white star. Ugh. Why is FPS tanking? The FPS is tanking there just because I believe because it is patch day. Or not patch day, but a patch was released sometime between last time I played and on Monday and today.
Fuel scooping.
It's I just getting really high ping. I wish there was a way like I could go. Actually, I think there probably is. Options. No, I didn't want to hit audio. Graphics, maybe? Okay, motion blackout. I don't want frame rate limit. What I want to display like the connection info. I want to say there's a setting somewhere to do it, but I'm not seeing it. I don't remember where it's like. There was a thing that like it pops up right down in the lower right hand corner. We're gonna pitch up. How many more jumps? 2 more jumps till we get to the star that we need to get to. At least the first one, and then we'll plot our next route, which will take us completely off the beaten path, and then we'll be scanning everything, and it'll take us. It'll take us in an interesting route. We should be able to get a lot of good exploration data taking this alternate route to what the Distant Worlds crew has suggested. They give us a suggested route. They say go here from here to here, and then what they'll do is they'll put like points of interest, basically a zigzaggy route that we can follow. Other things. Blind shot. Thanks for that follow. But instead of taking that zigzaggy route, what we'll do is from the planetary nebula that we're going to, we'll take a straight. It's bling headshot. I'm sorry, I misread that. Bling headshot. Thanks for the follow. I read it as slingshot. Don't ask me how. I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other. Anyways, well, by doing that, if you don't go right the instant that you're not like in the front of the pack. You're not gonna. Whoa! That's the planetary nebula that we're flying towards. I want to get away from the star for a minute. But if you're not like in the front of the pack, basically you're following everyone else and seeing kind of the same stuff. Taking a little different route, a little more direct route from this planetary nebula. We'll see some different things. We're not gonna see the really cool things, like all of them, but we'll still get to we'll still get to see some interesting things. High-res screenshot, because why not? Boom.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, once we get here, we'll start plotting. We'll be able to see that a lot better. We'll see it even more, predominantly. And then we'll plot our next route. Meanwhile, I'm going to just poke my face into Discord for a second. Poke my face into the dumpster fire that is this Discord. I like to stick my face in dumpster fires, apparently. So I'm on 2 Discords that are just... they're trash. Alright, let's scoop some fuel.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, what I want to do is... there's the planetary nebulous. We're going to have to get around to the other side of this thing. This planet. Or planet star. And point our nose at it. Roll. And I want to get a little bit away from the star, just that way its light doesn't overpower us. It doesn't overpower, not us, but the lights around us. The stars around us. Because high-res screenshots are awesome. Eventually I'll start posting these all on... I have them all. I save them all. Eventually I'll start posting them on Twitter and stuff. That is actually really cool, but we got work to do. We will scan the system just because I can. Not a whole lot here to scan. Just 9 stuffs. Non-terraformable? Cool. Oh, it's a water world. Oh, terraformable. We gotta map that one as well.
System scan complete.
Alright, it was B1. No, it wasn't B1. It was B5. I forget which one it was. Oh, that's really far away. I'm not gonna bother mapping it. It's like that's a considerable chunk of distance away. Galaxy map. There's waypoint 6 is up here. Is there waypoint 6 we're working on? Yep, that's waypoint 6. Can we plot a route to it? Approximate direct distance 6,000 light years. Route distance 10,000 light years. There's an auxiliary base camp that they want us to land at. So we'll that is it. It's only 2,000 light years away, really? Man, we're actually pretty damn close to it, so it shouldn't take us too long to get there. Of course, we are officially, I guess, on stage 2 of the expedition, which is awesome, I guess. Let's see, how many jumps is it? 25? Maybe we could do that easy. Oh, it's a neutron star. It's gonna be fun. Fun. As I said earlier, and I often repeat, I do pay attention to both Twitch and YouTube chats where I'm live streaming. So if you've got questions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and be like, sup, and I'll be like, yo. As I have multiple monitors, I can do that shit. My original plan with getting my tax return is I was going to buy 2 more screens that are the same size as my original one. Then I realized I'm not going to be getting that much back, and I don't want to spend all of my tax return on all that shit. So it's like, some of it's going to be going to buying a computer for my Run 8 server, and some of it's going to be going into buying a new webcam, and then the rest of it is just going to be going into, like, paying bills and stuff. Alright, and I believe that's the planetary nebula we just flew away from. That is still really cool that we can see it from this far away. We are going to scan this, though, because, well, as far as I can tell, I'm probably the first person to be here. I thought that was something to scan. It's not. It's just the freaking nebula we were already at. Or we flew by. Alright, 244 light years to our next jump of an unknown unknown. It's a blue-white star. Oh, no, we want to finish scooping fuel. I got a little distracted there. Ooh.
Fuel scooping complete.
Someone on my Discord is like, I've been watching space stuff, and my mind is completely blown about how big the universe and everything is. It's like, hello, my friend. What are we doing tonight? Obviously not shuffling cars in Barstow. You don't know that. This is Run 8 version 3, set in space. No, I'm playing Elite Dangerous. Flying along in the Distant Worlds 2 expedition. Oh boy, that's Gas Giant. Gas Giant. Just for shits, let's check this system map. Yeah. Wait. You're just way out there, but you're massive, so I found you just by flying by you. Cool. There's a Gas Giant. Where are you? There's a lot to this game, so if you've never seen Elite Dangerous, now's a really good time to ask. I love talking about the games I play, like non-terraformable discovered. I was talking about like I just don't have. Not just any cold, vast void of space, but the cold, vast void of space. And actually, I'm actually in a warm part of the. I'm working my way towards a warm part of the galaxy. As soon as I'm done scanning this, I'll bring up the galaxy map, and you can just see like where in the world or where in space I'm currently occupied. Tell me, there's more gas giants right there. There we go. Blue gas giant, blue ringed gas giant. And, oh man, I'm standard gas giant discovered. Still better than Star Trek Online. I mean, I've never played Star Trek Online, so I can't say that. But I believe, when you have a game that has a set story, it may kind of limit your, a set story, but you have high expectations for it, that might limit what you get out of it, and why you might say, oh, this game sucks. Well, it's because you expected something completely different from the game. I'm not saying it's a fault of you or the game. It's just a weird quirk of the way games and players are. There we go. And at the moment, I'm just using what's called the full spectrum scanner. It's a module you can bolt onto your ship, or built into your ship. I don't know if it's built in or bolted on. I think it's bolted on, and you use it when you jump into a system. You use it to basically, it's a set of sensors and stuff. You can point around the system, and you can scan and see what all kinds of planets are there. And we have this little bar on the bottom that I can adjust, and I actually have that mapped to a dial on my controller. So it's moving exactly how I want it to move, when I want it to move, and just... Alright. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for... I move the little arrow, or that little white bar, into the squiggly line on the spectrum. There's great times, but players can be annoying. At least you're not getting blown up every 5 seconds like in a public server in GTA. No, that does happen in this game. You do get blown up every about 5 seconds by other players. There's 2 ways to avoid that. Get a better ship, or play in a private group, which is basically like a private server that this game has. And actually, you don't get killed by players all the time, but there are players out there called griefers that fly around with the sole intent and purpose to cause harm to other players. In fact, this expedition that is going on in Elite Dangerous, which I'll get to what that expedition is in a bit, but this expedition is actually full of griefers, and they have a whole system in place right now to try and help us as the people out exploring in these ships that don't have weapons, don't have shields, aren't really capable of fighting, to keep us protected, help keep ourselves protected from the people who are out here just with the sole purpose of causing us harm. It actually happened to me a couple weeks ago. I was playing, and somebody raided my live stream, and they were a person who's, a known big-time griefer in this game. And like, you playing it open? And I was like, nope, I'm playing in my private group. And he's like, You playing in the FleetCom private group? And I was like, nope, I'm playing in my own personal private group. But what's really cool is I was like, we say private group and we say private servers, but all the servers across every platform of this game are linked. I'm not necessarily going to be I'm not going to be playing here on my PC and run into somebody on Xbox or PlayStation, but the universes are linked in such a way that if you were to discover a star system in the game, when you do that, when you're the first person to discover a system, it puts your name on the system. If you're the first person to do that, I then come along and I'm on my PC. I would see that. You can affect the background states of. Different factions. Like there's some factions that, factions take control of space stations and can determine what faction or what ability or what functionalities these stations have. And it's called the background simulation. You and a bunch of people on PlayStation or Xbox could all sit there and support this one faction. This faction could go from the bottom of the list of people who are in charge of that station all the way to the top. And that would affect all platforms. But what's really cool, and this is really cool. Here's the galaxy map, right? And here's where I am right now. Just orbiting this star, right? And that's where I'm going. That's a black hole. And you can see there's a bookmark right there. Right there. That's Sagittarius A, which I will go do. Eventually we're going to visit this on this expedition. But the Distant Worlds 2 expedition is leaving what's called the bubble, which is this bubble of space that is where most of your major factions, your empire, your federation, your alliances, those kinds of things, they're at. Oh my god, the galaxy is amazing. Well, it should be amazing because if you know anything about space, you should immediately recognize what Sagittarius A is. And if you don't know, Sagittarius A is a super massive black hole at the center, the absolute center of the Milky Way galaxy. This game, every bit of this, every star is visitable. You can go anywhere in the system. I say that there are some systems like over in this area, and I think there's a couple blackout areas where the developers have said you can't go here because we're still developing content for these areas. Like they want to put stuff in there that they don't want us to see yet. And the Distant Worlds 2 expedition actually set off over here at where's Pliny? Pliny. So we set off over here, which right here where it says Sol, that is Earth. That's where Earth is at. Our planet is a tiny speck in the grand scheme of things, because there's the solar system right there. That's Earth. We set off from here. Delcar right here is my home system. That's where I base all my ships and stuff out of. And we've been going along this route, and we're over here, and I think our next point is eventually going to be Sagittarius A. And eventually we're actually going all the way... Oh, I lost it. I lost Beagle Point. All the way out, I believe it's over here somewhere, to a part of the galaxy called Beagle Point. And it's going to take us several months to get there. This isn't like a 5-minute trip. But what's really cool too is I really like this. So there's Earth or the solar system. Come on, load. There's the sun. There's Mercury. I've landed. You can land on Mercury, and then we've got Venus, Earth with 3 space stations orbiting it, plus the moon. And it's really cool. You can just. Oh, it's not gonna let me get. Oh, I don't have the planetary map for it yet. It's considered a rocky body, with its own space station orbiting it. Mars, which, because this game takes place in the year 3305. It actually takes place in the year 3301, but because the game has been every year, like, the time in game is 1-to-1 scale. So every year, the like up here where it says February 20 or 22nd of February 3305, at midnight that'll change to 21, and actually, or 22, but because their servers are in Europe, they're already, it's like 4 a.m. in game. So there's Mars, which has been terraformed. We have the asteroid belt, Jupiter, Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, Saturn, with Enceladus, yeah, Tethys, Dione, Rhea, Titan, Euripides, Uranus, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, Oberon, Neptune, Triton, and then you got Pluto and Charon, and then you have all of the exoplanets, the little tiny itty-bitty things. And then you have Persephone, which is a planet that doesn't... I'll get to that question in a second. It's a planet that we haven't discovered yet, but there's enough numbers. Like, all the numbers have been crunched by NASA and everyone to be like, it's out there somewhere. The Great Giant of Energy, which reminds me... Oh, no. The Great Giant of Energy is not... No, my sweet summer child. Before I get to digest the rest of that, what I want to do is... So we sit there and we think, oh, the sun is so big and so massive and it creates all this energy, right? Here's the sun, right? We haven't zoomed in out at all, but look how big this star is here. This is VY Canis Majoris. This is an actual star. We've looked at it with telescopes. It is one of the largest observed stars so far. But which reminds me, I forgot to ask you this last night. Is solar locomotive possible? Not with current solar technology. It's simply because... Oh, my joystick keeps sliding around. It's just solar panels and the amount... the amperage and power that a solar panel generates on the surface area of a locomotive would not be enough to drive the traction motors. That's not a sun, that's a star. There's only one sun, and that's the one that the Earth and everything orbits. Everything else is a star. If you actually... I've throttled down. As soon as we come out of our frame shift drive, which is... This is basically warp drive between stars. I'm going to Google something and I want to show it to you. And this is why I love VY Canis Majoris. Because there's a really cool picture that floats around. So this is VY Canis Majoris compared to the sun. If you were to be if you were to get into a jumbo jet, right? Like a 747, and you were to fly around the equator, I think it would take you... It would take you a couple thousand years in a jumbo jet to fly around the equator of VY Canis Majoris. Like, it takes light several minutes to go the entire distance around VY Canis Majoris. And oddly enough, it's actually not that heavy of a star because it's expanded. It's like its density is really low comparative to its size.
Fuel scooping.
2 bodies discovered? Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm flying close to the star and I'm actually able to scoop some of the hydrogen gas off of its surface to refuel my ship. Oh, and of course the thing I want to scan is blocked by the star. Ugh.
Fuel scooping complete.
Star's red and angry. I'm going to line up for our next jump. We've got 22 more jumps to go. Line up for the next jump, but I'm going to cut power, bring up the FSS scanner.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Angry Star. Well, so if you notice on the bottom center of my screen right there, I've got like a little radar. And when the star is red, I'm actually close enough to the star that it's heating my ship up and could cause damage to my ship. So I have to fly away from the star a little bit to, before I activate things like the frameshift drive. And, risk cooking my ship. I'm just gonna go into external view for her a minute and just fly around. This is my ship. It's a Lakon Diamondback Explorer. Named Orman Corte? Yeah, Orman Corte. Call sign, registration number 5, Papa Alpha TAC D, or Delta Whiskey. And this ship is built purely for exploration. Although I did sacrifice a little bit of mass, and I did put a small shield generator on it just to protect my ship just a little bit. But we might be dropping that at some point in favor of maybe a cargo rack or something, or just get rid of it. Of course, I've got this. Like I said, I got the ship fully outfitted for exploration, so I'm largely self-sufficient. Like, it can repair itself, it can refuel itself. About the only thing it can't do is fly itself. Someone on one of the Discords makes you really wonder what. Nice ship. It's, to quote Commander Riker in First Contact, tough little ship, though it looks bigger. This ship is actually, this ship's actually pretty large. Let me just see if I can't find an image. Elite? No, not Elizabeth Warren. Elite. Dangerous ship. Size comparison? Yeah, there we go. That's a video. I don't want to show a video. What I can do is I can... So we have this image right here. This is the standard aircraft carrier. And these are ships that are in game, and you can see that's a person right there. I actually have flown this ship. I have flown this ship. I've flown that ship, and I've flown that ship. These are all obviously just models without textures for comparison's sake, but just to give you an idea of like how big some of these ships are. And then there was one that was I want to find. Oh, I should type in my ship name, that's why. Anaconda, no. Oh, Lakon Spaceways, that should actually give me... Oh, what's this? Open that in a new tab. I want to see this because that's what looks like my ship. That's my ship! Well, it's not my ship, but... Oh, that's Pinterest. Get the fuck away from there. Probably smaller than Spaceball 1. Actually, there is a chart somewhere that does show, like, fantasy, like, all the starships from different video games and everything, all compared to each other. Okay, so this isn't exactly... Oh, here's a whole thread. Maybe, doesn't. So this is a good image right here. Yeah, obviously you have a Boeing 747 with a space shuttle on top of it, and you can see a human for scale. This is actually one of the first, like one of the early ships you can get. This is the Viper Mark II, and you can see that is, that's a ship that you can buy in game, and it's it's bigger than this space shuttle. The ship I'm flying, it's not this ship, but it's very similar to this ship in size, although it looks more boxy like this. I've flown this ship, I have flown that ship, I have flown that ship. In fact, this is the only ship on this in this screenshot or this image that I haven't seen, or haven't flown. I was hoping to find, like, the one image that actually puts, like, my ship that I'm currently flying over something, but my ship isn't one of the more popular ones to do that with. Oh well. I got a lot of flying I gotta do. There's a lot of technology in these ships that NASA hasn't figured out yet. Like the fact that I'm traveling 7 times faster than the speed of light right now. Which physically isn't possible, but for gameplay reasons, obviously we have a device called a frame shift drive, and I'm in Super Cruise. So this game has 3 flight modes. Normal flight, where you're limited to the top speed that your engines can push you, which is, most ships are getting like 350 to 400 meters per second, which is really damn fast, especially when you have a ship that weighs multiple tons. And then you have Super Cruise, which we're currently in Super Cruise, which allows you to fly around star systems very, very fast, but you can't fly from one star system to the next this way. You would run out of fuel before it happened, before you could do it. And then you have your hyperspace jumps, which is what you use to jump from star system to star system. That's why I'm looking over here and it's like, I've got 20 jumps. I have 20 hyperspace jumps left before I get to where I need to go. And the lighting in this game is amazing. Like, as I fly away from that star that we just scooped fuel, all these other stars will get brighter because that star behind us is actually getting dimmer. And we'll bring up our FSS, and it looks like this is all just rocky bodies, so it should be pretty quick. What's cool is, like, when you go into a star system, if no one's ever been there before, it'll just say the name of the star, right? And that's it. Now, if I go to a space station and my ship is storing the data in it, if I go to a space station, I can sell that data. And then forever, for the remainder of the history of this game, my name will be on those stars. And on these planets. And where the hell are they? What I'm doing is I'm following these orbital lines for hints. Oh, there they are. Bet you all of them are, yep. I'm just speeding through this because I want to, it's already 8:30. I still have to take a shower. And I want to go to bed at a reasonable time since I still need to make my bed. Like, I got a lot of other things I got to do when I'm done streaming here because I do have work in the morning. Yeah, these ships being nice looking ships, I have to say that Elite Dangerous has, out of all the space games that I've played, this one has probably the best looking ships. Very incredible stuff. I'm glad I took a break from my match game marathon to watch this. Match game? What is match game? For those of you watching on Twitch, I also am talking to people on YouTube, so that's why you don't see anything in chat, but I'm answering questions on YouTube chat, so. As far as I can tell, I'm one of the few streamers who actually streams to both platforms and interacts with both audiences.
Fuel scoping.
15 bodies. We got an asteroid belt, gas giants, and some rocky stuff. Oh, there's another asteroid belt somewhere. Right there.
Fuel scoping complete.
Yeah, there's planetary nebulas you can fly to, lots of different things that, I'm not seeing right now because I'm not near that stuff, but when we get near that stuff, we'll start to see it. And I'm sitting here flying around this star. Every one of those stars that you see on my screen, that's not just a painted skybox around me. Those are stars that are in-game that you can fly to. Like, that's a nebula. Actually, I think that's a galaxy. I think that one is a distant galaxy that's bright enough that it is lighting up and visible. Or it might be a nebula. I'm not sure. But like, I could easily just go over here to navigation and just pick any one of these stars. There's just a handful of stars that are within range of me right now, and jump to them if I wanted to. Game show that asks questions such as Sir Ivan fell on his sword and was blank. The contestant has to come up with an answer and get celebs to match with them. Okay. I don't really watch much like network television. Almost everything I watch is like stuff that I could stream on Amazon or Netflix. And even then, it's very rare that I watch anything on there. Like right now, I'm binge watching Sci-Fi's The Expanse, which is now Amazon's Expanse. Yeah, I mean, I might take a look into it. Oh, we got 15 things to scan here. Oh, I was getting a little worried that my game was about to crash because it was getting this game very rarely crashes, but sometimes you get those random disconnects, especially like right after a patch. It still cracks me up. So, like, in this game, you can name your ship. And, as people were signing up for the Distant Worlds expedition that I'm on, they were, obviously naming their ships. And one of the people named their ship, like, Channel 5 News Chopper, and I just can't get over that. It's still, like, every so often I think about it, like, Channel 5's News Chopper is out here right now scanning systems. And I'm dying. Like, I named my ship after a historical Viking ship. There are people who name their ship after ships and shows. There's, I think, like 14 Enterprises. And like 37 Rocinantes. Yeah, because I have like all the stuff on here. I can make my ship is pretty self-sufficient.
Fuel scooping complete.
The game doesn't really worry about like it doesn't have a survival mechanic of you have to worry about maintaining like food inside your ship, which is what I love. Like I love that they don't have that. Like you don't have to worry about feeding your pilot. It's one of the things I hate about survival games is like you have to worry about eating, and then they always do it where it's like, oh, that's an Earth-like world. That's an Earth-like world. Come on, joystick, stay put. I keep moving my joystick, and then my whole joystick actually moves. But no, like they don't worry about that because you can take care of yourself. And so I like to think that my pilot just has a whole bunch, like the entire like every inch of the back of this ship. I like to think because you know you can see there's obviously a hatch back there. There's obviously some sort of living quarters behind me. We can't get up and actually walk around and look at it right now. But if we could, you know, I would sit there and say, you know, pretty much every inch of that living quarter is probably packed full of, you know, food, stuffs for several months of exploration, and like a little bed and maybe a TV where when I'm not flying, I could, you know, if I was actually in the ship, I could walk back there. And this is probably like the only open space. Like I don't want any clutter inside the cockpit, but the living quarters are going to be fucking cramped full of food. All right, we do have to go. That was an Earth-like. We're going to take a little side trip. We're going to have to map that Earth-like. Unfortunately, I can't like just warp over there. I'm already going in, you know, in Super Cruise, so. When what's cool is like you see that little blue bar there. That blue horizontal bar is my throttle setting. If I keep it in that blue vertical bar there, as long as I keep it in there, the ship will pretty much automatically throttle up and throttle down as I get closer. So it's going to throttle up when we're really far away, and then once we reach a critical speed and we start getting closer, it will automatically throttle me down. Yeah, a lot of new people who they think the throttle is is either on or off, and so like, oh, I'm gonna fly to this space station full throttle, and then they overshoot it like 4 or 5 times, and then they get frustrated, and it's like, no, keep the throttle nice and low. I'm actually going to keep the throttle a little bit lower because we can't land on this planet. Unfortunately, you can land on planets, but you can't land on planets with atmospheres yet, so it has to be like a moon or some planet without an atmosphere. So we can't land here, but we do want to get close enough that we can fire some probes and map this planet, which will give us a lot more money in exploration data when we turn it in. Plus, it'll also put, you know, first mapped by on this planet. This planet would be amazing to be like, just look up at the night sky and that's what you see. Like more stars than what we see here on Earth at night. 7 probes. Fire 1 there. Fire 1 there. Fire 1 there. Fire 1 there. So we've got 4 out. I can kind of adjust what I'm seeing. So this is what the back of the planet, like where the probes have landed on the far side of it. So I can kind of better adjust where I'm aiming. And I'm hoping that one lands about where that white dot is. Yep. Oh, it was perfect. So now I just need to get one to land right about there. But because this is on the other side of the planet, I have to aim about... I'd like to think those sound effects we're hearing, like those birds and stuff, it's like the probes telling us what this planet sounds like, what the wildlife on this planet sounds like. It's a water world, but I would assume that there's at least, you know, alien animals living on little islands on this thing. Oh, I didn't want to do that. There it is. That's the right button. And 18 more jumps. Here we go. Now we've got a neutron star. This is going to be fun. So my ship can go, on its own, 61 light years away from any one star. The maximum jump it can do is 61 light years. But what I can do is I can fly into this jet cone of this neutron star and supercharge my frameshift drive and actually make it go up to 244 light years.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
The risk here is could destroy the ship, could blow the ship up in this jet cone. But it's a risk that we have to take. I did throttle down. I was like, throttle down to use this mode. I did throttle down. We just gotta scan a couple more things, and then we can make our 244 light year jump.
System scan complete.
Here we go, 244 light years, one jump. I'm actually using an external program called Elite Dangerous Market Connect, although there are other ones that do more, which are more specific for people exploring as well. But it actually, in real time, like on another website, like tracks me, and you can actually see like a galaxy map view of where I'm at. It's actually really cool.
Fuel scooping.
And if you're watching on Twitch, you can actually do exclamation point track, TRCK, all one word, and it will actually should give you a link to that. If you're watching this on Twitch, if you're watching this on YouTube, unfortunately the chat commands don't work on YouTube. But I stream to both platforms anyways.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Uh-oh. Too close to that star.
Fuel scooping complete.
And here, temperature critical, we can see that bottom left-hand bar right next to my little, right there in center screen. It's actually getting a little toasty. That's just percentage of heat that the ship can handle. Right now it was at 80% maximum temperature, and it's dropped down to about 30%, which is a good number. It's a good, nice low number. There are ships that get lower. And temperature is affected by, what you're doing with your ship. If you're in combat and you're firing lasers a lot, it will go up. If you're getting hit by weapons that generate thermal damage, it'll go up. If you're on hot planets, it'll go up. If you're too close to a star, it'll go up. Like, all kinds of things affect it. And for those joining, we're playing Elite Dangerous in the middle of the second segment of the Distant Worlds 2 expedition, on our way, taking a detour on our way to the end of Waypoint 7. There should be, according to the official forum post, there will be 15 waypoints, so and this expedition will take us several months. We're only a month and a half into it. And I believe it's supposed to take 8 months for us to get everywhere, because I think we're going to spend a couple of weeks at the galactic core, at the black hole at the center of the galaxy, for a couple of weeks, doing missions there, building up a massive space station there. That's bright.
Fuel scooping.
I typically don't like to scoop fuel while... Alright, scan while scooping fuel. It's because the stars oftentimes get in the way. And I don't have any real control over the ship, so if it starts to overheat, I don't know until I get that audible warning. It's like, warning, critical, heat critical, or whatever. Fuel scooping is complete, though, which means we have a full tank of fuel again. last one.
System scan.
That's all we need to do. I mean, I could go through and map all of these stars. That would just... It'd honestly take a long time to do it. Or not stars, all these planets. But that honestly would take a long time to do it, and I just don't have that motivation to do it. I'm only broadcasting at 30 FPS? I wonder if I can change that. I want to broadcast at 60. 60 looks so much better to broadcast at. Right, I want to go... I want to check some stuff in my squadron. Total members 72. FleetCom has... Okay. FleetCom, Distant Worlds 2, Distant Worlds 3, EDSM, Canon, and Mobius, I believe are all... all the squadrons for the expedition. Oh, I'm a 2-star member. Omen Corte, expert program. I was hoping it would give rankings of our exploration data. Current position. This is for our entire squadron. Trade 100. We are rank 51. 27 for political? What? Reavers. Wanderers of which sprays Hank's alliance of anti-Xeno EG pilots. Yeah, Federal Reclamation Code. There we go. We took 58th last season for political. 49th for trade. 0 for power play, apparently. CQC Discord. Yeah. So, there are actually aliens in this game. You can't play as them, you can't interact with them, short of they try to kill you. They sometimes try to kill you, at least. They're called Thargoids, and they are not to be messed with. Unless you got a really powerful ship and all the upgraded weapons. High ping. How many more jumps do we have? 14 more jumps. We've got, and it's already 9 o'clock.
Fuel scoping complete.
I do believe this final destination, or this, not final destination, but this waypoint that we're ending at does not have a space station. So what's interesting is, the way this game works, if you die, it resets you back to the last space station you visited. Not every system has space stations. In fact, when you start getting, you know, we're right there. Oh, that's FPS tanking. You know, when you're out here, when you're here in plenty of space stations, and you run into space stations kind of all along your way to this place here called Colonia. But pretty much after here, no space stations anywhere out here or over here or anywhere out here. You're on your own if you're on your way to Colonia here, which is a really cool place to visit from the bubble over here, which is where 90% of I'd say 70% of the player base of this game is located in the bubble. And you go kind of in this route to Colonia, there's plenty of space stations you can hop along on. But there's nothing over here. There's one near Sagittarius A that's being built right now. So we're at that point now in this expedition where you got to be really, really careful not to die. And hold on to that exploration data, because you're not going to be able to get repairs. You're not going to be able to turn in your exploration data. You're not going to be able to re-outfit your ship. So you have to when you go out on these big expeditions, you have to make sure your ship is ready to go. I want to get this asteroid belt out of my way, but whatever. So it's been tricky. Or it will be tricky. This is where the dangerous part of elite dangerous comes into play. Is like, our ships are going to get worn out. Our ships are going to get beat to hell. And the paint on our ships does actually wear out as you fly through space. So like, I have the midnight black paint job, so my ship is just jet black. Well, it's actually midnight black is the title, but you'll start to see like little bits of paint flaking off here and there. In fact, in the right conditions, you can see, in the right circumstance, you can see the part of my ship hanging out right there. You'll see the paint flaking off. And I've got some other add-ons, like I've got the Christmas lights hanging up there, and I've got the bobblehead with my name. Oop, another neutron star.
System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
There we go, and this is what, a 244 light year, another 244 light year jump range. Or jump that we have to make. Careful not to get too close to that star, it will pull me out. It will basically crash into its gravity well. Neutron star, let's just check our orrery. Neutron star orbits on this circle here. They orbit each other, because that's the way gravity works.
Frameshift drive charging. scoping complete.
Huh. That looks kind of interesting. If I wasn't pressed for time, I would go visit that one. I might bookmark that one. The plan is to use the money and materials gathered from this expedition to build myself a new exploration ship.
Warning, temperature critical.
To build like a better exploration ship than I have here. And the reason why this ship isn't better is I just ran out of time. I couldn't grind enough resources fast enough to keep upgrading this ship. I could have easily gotten. I heard some reports of people getting these ships, this particular ship model. You can actually buy upgrades to increase the performance of your ship. It's not just, oh, you bought the ship, cool. No, you can put better frameshift drives in there, which give you longer jump ranges. And then there's engineering. You go to an engineer and you can give them materials and they can upgrade your frameshift drive. And some people were getting, 80 light years, 80 light year jump range out of this particular ship, and I'm getting 60. So it's like, well, I was saying to go do some more engineering, but I don't have the resources for it. I'm still paying attention to both YouTube and Twitch chats, so if you got questions or comments or anything like that, I am all for it. I must not have gotten everything orbiting this planet here. New Haven I-5 versus New York Central J3A. N2. N2 class. That wins. That's what I'm gonna go with. Neither one of those are locomotives I'm overly familiar with, so I can't really I can't really go, oh yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, and what is with my joystick? Little joystick right here, the little rubber pads on the bottom aren't grippy. Winner, give the man a chicken dinner. I don't like chicken. Order me a pizza. Bring me pizza. No, don't. I'm actually full. How many more jumps? I don't know, because we're jumping.
Fuel scoping.
41 bodies. We're gonna be here a while. Hashtag pizza time. I've done that before. I went one time, like, and then a couple times where I've gone and just gotten like a whole pizza for myself and just sat here and streamed and just stuffed a whole pizza in my face. Every so often, like on a Saturday at work, I'll just order a pizza to be delivered to work for myself. And like I did that a couple weeks ago, and I did it at just the right time where my pizza and like I guess somebody in another department ordered like 6 pizzas for their department. Like both delivery drivers from 2 different pizza places showed up in the middle of the building and were like, all right. I was standing there waiting and I handed one my box knife and told the other one, it's like, you're gonna have to get your own, but you have to fight to the death now. And they just looked at me and I was like, I'm messing with you. I'm hardcore fucking with you. You see, I'm a grazer when it comes to eating. Like, I'll eat a whole family-sized box of like Velveeta or Kraft, but it'll take me like an hour. So I'll like take 2 or 3 bites and then come back to it like 20 minutes, like 10, 15 minutes later and take 2 or 3 more bites. Like, that's what I did. I think I saved a full box of Velveeta mac and cheese for dinner tonight because I'm just like, I don't want to fucking go buy food. Blah, 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 blah. And so, but I've been just like taking 1 or 2 bites of it every couple of minutes. I'm almost gone. It's like I get to that point where I'm not hungry anymore. That's what that was. So, like eating 2 extra large pizzas, I wouldn't be able to do that. But like, I'll go occasionally and get like a pizza from Little Caesars, like a hot and ready, and just eat that, you know, in one sitting, like a 2-hour sitting. Oh no, I wasn't done scanning that. There was other stuff here. This is the one that's gonna take the longest. 41 things to scan. It's been forever since I've been in high school. I'm an old man. Old man, tired and done. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn, you kids! I don't know about the pizza, but beer... Oh, dude, you said the magic word. You said the magic word. Ugh. Like, I'm pretty much done with this plate of food, so I'm just gonna set it there. I'm gonna crack up a beer. Whew. Terrible. I don't know about pizza, but the beer definitely. Beer party. Oh crap, I still have stuff over here. Okay, there was some stuff up this way as well. Don't get me wrong, I do like pizza, but it's like, it's one of those things I rarely eat anymore. And part of the problem is like, it's very hard to carry a pizza on a motorcycle. And actually, what's fun is my saddlebags on my bike are just big enough I can stick a 6-pack in them. So I was like, alright, I'm going to do a beer run, go buy a 6-pack. We're at 28 of 41. There we go. Oh. Oh, Nelly. Bet you anything that's a gas giant that these are all orbiting. Yeah, it's got to be a gas giant. You wouldn't have this many planets peacefully orbiting one thing. Big ass gas giant. How far do I have to drill in? Jeez. Well, at least everything else is going to be rocky bodies, so it'll just be boom, 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 super quick. What's nice is I don't have to wait for like the whole. I don't have to wait for the zoom in. All I gotta do is just click it. I don't have to wait for that. I just have to. Once it starts zooming in and it's actually locked on, then it's technically scanned the planet. The only reason I would need to stay there is if I wanted to read all the data that pops up. System scan complete. Whew. Here we go. 11 more jumps. Alright, flying to the neutron star again. Gotta keep doing that. 17 bodies orbiting it.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive super.
Power out of it, power out of it, power out of it. Stabilize, there we go. Those jet cones, they whip your ship around, man. Just a little bit more to scan. It's Waterworld, but it's really far away. I don't know if I want to try and get out there and map that. Wait. A Waterworld orbiting, being in an Earth-like.
System scan complete.
These 2 planets you could live on. I mean, it's suitable for water life, based life, but you could, at least in a spacesuit, live there. This planet is an Earth-like planet with a nitrogen atmosphere, which is what Earth has. I'm not gonna go map them. They're too far away. We don't have the time. Now it's like, come out of that. And immediately just get right to running scanners. And just get right to work sciencing the shit out of this place.
Fuel scoping complete.
Yeah, and of course it's blocked by the star. I'm gonna take a break from that for a second. Alright, let's get the rest of the stuff scanned so we can keep going. This game actually sounds really good. Like, just wear a pair of headphones and play Elite. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. Oh, hello. Nope.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
9 more jumps. Yeah, had I continued on the normal route, we would not be making it to the final, to the endpoint of 1.7. Or waypoint, the end of waypoint 6, I'm sorry.
Fuel scoping. Scoping complete.
$20 bodies to scan here. They're all kind of in the same category of planet types, so just makes it super fast when they're all very similar type. You just go boom, 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 boom.
System scan complete. Frame shift drive.
We're going to a neutron star. This will be fun. It's a little bit of a dark spot, though. Like, where exactly are we in the galaxy right now? Oh, we're actually pretty high in the galactic. Oh, we're actually going up in the galactic plane. Like, we're going up above it. That's interesting. Because this expedition isn't just going straight across and zigzagging left and right. We're also going up and down and left and right. So we're going all over. Unless I punched in the wrong address, the wrong destination. And, well, fuck.
System scan complete. Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged.
It was weird that, like, this star we were jumping to, just, it was dark all around it, though. 7 more jumps. And I got a half hour left, so we're just gonna make it. We're gonna make these last 7 jumps fast. We're not gonna worry about scanning the systems. I know it's not in the vein of exploration to not scan everything, but
3, 2, 1.
I just want to make it quick.
Fuel scoping.
Sometimes I get emails and I read them, but I don't read like everything about them. It's like, oh, it's like service request complete. What does that mean? Oh, it's from my apartment complex saying that they came out to work on my apartment, fix things because things are broken. So.
Fuel scoping complete.
Temperature's rising, 64%. It's actually gonna go up as the FSD charges because it's heating the ship up. But then we're flying away from the star, which also is causing the ship to cool. So. Another neutron star. Four bodies, 244 light years to jump. We'll scan everything here since it's a neutron star.
Frameshift drive supercharged. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. Route 5 jumps. It said 4 a minute ago. Oh well. Maybe I read something else.
3, 2, 1. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete.
Alright, we got our fuel scooped. Just gonna fly for a minute.
Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
Three more jumps.
warning. Frameshift drive
Ooh, I think I was right at the tail end of that jet cone boost, too. But it's a neutron star with stuff orbiting it, so we'd be dumb not to scan it. I'm getting to the point where it's like, I'm getting tired, and my ears are starting to hurt from my headset. And my joystick keeps moving around like it's not staying put like it used to. That took some time.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
I don't remember if I ran my scanner, so we'll scan again anyways. Everything that does orbit this is just way out here, I guess.
System scan complete. Frameshift
Oh.
drive charging.
2 more jumps. I can't keep my glasses on. It's not that my glasses are hurting, it's the headset actually presses the side of my glasses into my face. It's uncomfortable. Seems I have to scooch a little closer to my screen though, because I can't see.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safe delivery.
No, we don't need to supercharge. It's a 9 light year jump.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
We gotta go 9 light years. I did not need to supercharge.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's a black hole though. This is gonna be fun.
Three, two,
Wait, it's a black hole. What? Thought I dropped in at a black hole. Alright, now we just need to... There's the planet and the moon that we need to go to. And we gotta be very careful because there's a black hole. It will fuck our shit. I'm trying to get one just as my thrusters are burning. There we go. Like, somewhere over here is a black hole.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I haven't seen a player since February 18th. There should be players. I believe there should be some people landed here. It'll take us a couple minutes to actually get there. While we're doing that, I'm just going to be monitoring the scopes and fiddling with my phone. Just cruising on our way to the final landing point for waypoint 6. Because I've got about 15 minutes left. While I'm just en route, it's gonna take a couple minutes to get there. I'm just like, I'm gonna fiddle with my phone for a few minutes since chat's kind of died down. And I have to poop. It's like, let's land so I can call it a night, go take a shower, and take a shit. Not in that order. I'll take a shit, then take a shower. And if I do this quick enough, like everything, I can actually get the chance to even watch an episode of The Expanse. Ah, yeah. We're gonna have to map it though because after this plan would be cool. Because we don't have any of the geological sites marked, and we need to get to geological site number 7 as the landing point. It's a small enough planet. It just needs 2 probes. So we'll just fire one straight at it and try and slingshot that other one around the other side.
Surface scan complete.
Oh, I'm already lined up for geological site or signal number 7? Cool. It was highlighted as though I could go straight to it, and then it wasn't. And we're coming in on the night side of this planet, so it's going to be fun.
Orbital flight engaged.
Night vision on. Not that it's going to really work at this altitude. Wait until we're about 300 kilometers away from the geological site, then we'll pitch down. Just keeping the altitude stabilized. And we can pitch down now. Oh boy, I'm actually...
Hull integrity.
broke the ship. I cut my... but... oh well. Night vision's on, lights on. This is a 0.07 G. So this planet is something else. I'm traveling 300 meters per second. I think that's meters per second. We're 38 kilometers above the surface, but 41 kilometers away from the geological site? Our night vision's starting to pick up something. It's just starting to come into view. Oh, we're 24 kilometers above that, but the geological site is another, like, kilometer down in a valley. Okay, no more use of boosters. I'm actually completely off the engine. And just relying on the thrusters. I want to get closer so we can use this composition scanner. Landing gear coming down. Oh, there's a nice little flat spot right over here. I want to make sure that I'm far enough away that, like, if somebody else logs in, I'm not, you know, going to be inside their ship or something like that. Like, if it comes Sunday, decide to log in, you know. And we're just using our yaw. It used to be we didn't have night vision, so coming down on the dark side, although planets also had a slight glow to them, so at night, like on the dark side of the planet, you could still see it a little bit. Oh, this planet is red. And contact. This planet has 0.07 Gs, so coming down here would be, you know, doing anything in your ship, everything would be super light, and like you would drop your phone, and it would just fall like this fast, just moving like that. So you could, in theory, like drop your phone from standing up, and it would just. Anyways, with that, where is the thingy? That's the editor. I want to go to that. No, I want to go to this. I want to go to. I want to thank everyone for watching this stream tonight. We'll be back. Today's Thursday, so no stream Friday or Saturday, per normal. We'll be back Sunday with Waypoint 7 of Distant Worlds 2 here in Elite Dangerous. You can always follow me on Twitter at KazakF. And I'm working on getting my Instagram back up and working, but be able to follow me on there as well. Till then, I'll catch you guys all later. Kaz out.